Hey, welcome to Backyard Woodworking. Yeah. Here's where we left off on this bench. I haven't had much time to work on it, but I'm trying to fit it in now. What I've done, pencil, square, check the legs for square, and then I've marked a line on them. That's where the legs are going to sit. The next step, I take it over to the router table, and I'm going to round off all the edges. You have to be careful, like here, put a little line. Here's where your leg's going to be approximately, underneath. Any joint area that's going to fit, you don't want to round over. You want to keep your joint square so that you get a good glue joint there. The next thing we're going to do is we need to make some glue blocks. Now, I could put this together with Craig screws. It would work great. I mean, you know. You wouldn't see them. I could just put a couple of pocket holes in each leg here and screw these sides on and put some up here along these edges here and put a couple every, say 3 or 4 of them. That's all I need, and screw the seat on. I don't want to do that. I want to do it, I'm going to build this like somebody might have done it maybe 100 years ago or so. So we're going to do it that way. Next stop, the router table. Piece of cut off of the board. This is going to be glue blocks. Next step. On each one of these, I'm going to put one in the middle, one near each leg. So there's 3 on each one. I got 2. That's 6 glue blocks for that. The corners where these meet, like this. Right in here, I'm going to put a glue block in each little 4 corners. So I got 6, 4 more, that's 10. Here in the middle, where the seat will go over the leg, I'm going to put a little glue block here. Now I make mine about 3 inches. It doesn't matter, you can make them 2 7/8, 3 1/4. I mean, whatever fits for you, the size of your bench. I make mine around 3, and what I got here is this strip 3/4 by 3/4, which works out great. So I'm going to cut 12 pieces out of this, 3 inches long. I'll just run over the chop saw. You don't really need to see that. And we'll get that together. And then the next step, everything's rounded now at the router table. All the edges have been relieved. We can glue this up and then attach the glue blocks. What I do first with the glue blocks, I'll show you. I drill a hole in the center of them and with a countersink bit. That way when I screw this together, I won't have a problem trying to get a drill and all in there. So if you do it ahead of time and then attach your blocks before you put everything together, it's much easier. And I'm going to glue them and shoot a couple of little 1 1/4 brad nails in mine. And that acts like a clamp, and not only that, it holds it. This thing will be strong, and I'm going to use Type Bond 3, which is a weatherproof glue. And so if you put this outside, it'll last. Okay, next step, cut these 3 inches. Okay, I might have had a camera boo-boo there. What I did, I took my drill and drilled some holes in these. Cap with a countersink bit. I got 8 of them. 4 of them, no holes. I don't need holes in 4 of them. Got some glue here, brad nailer, my pieces. Now what I'm going to do here, take the glue. Now, this is going to be facing down the hole because that's where the top's going to get screwed on. I look and get about the middle. It doesn't matter. If you want to take the tape measure and say, okay, I got 33 inches and divide that in half, fine. Me, I just look at it and say, okay, this is about the center. Right? Now what I want to do is put a little glue on it. Like so. That's all I need. Find about the center here. Now it's important at the top that this block does not go over this edge, or even, I just keep it back a hair. Like that. Push it in. Take your brad nailer. That's it. Done deal. Now I'm going to do this. Keep back 2 away from your edge. Here's where my leg's going to sit. And I'm going to have a block in here. So keep it back a ways. Little glue. Push it on. Now up. Wrong side. You see now I'm messing up already. Not paying attention. Glue always goes on the wrong side anyway. This has got to face up, the screw. So my glue's got to go here. That's how easy it is. You got to keep yourself oriented here. Now I just bring this back a hair from the edge, like so. So I have room to get this other glue block in. Just keep it down below the edge. 1, 2. By the way, I'm using 1¼ inch brads. These are 3/4. That's 1.5 inches. Nothing comes through. One more to show you the idea here. Okay, this is going up. Little glue. Here's my corner where my piece is going to be. Don't forget it sticks out. Your block's going to stick out a little bit, so come back a hair. Just keep it down, a smudging, about a 1/16. Bingo. That's one done. We're going to do the others, and I'll show you here on the leg. Here's a leg. I got my, this is the inside I'm going to be on my leg. I'm going to use this like so. Put a little dab of glue on it, like so. Below the top, just keep it below the top. Around the center there is good, so it looks halfway decent, like you weren't totally messing up here. 1, 2. And that's it. I'll finish up the rest and we'll go to the next step. Okay, now that we got the little blocks glued on here on everything, I'm going to put a little glue on the leg. And what I do is use the finger method here. Now, I just put a little bit on each side here. Now, this can be the trickier part of doing this thing. Is this. And then you can run a little bit. You know where it is because you got a line here we put earlier. So try to, you know, keep your glue. You know, you want to use a little brush or something fine. Just try not to get all over the place, but right around by that line. Because, you know, under here you ain't going to see it too much. So if you do have a little problem sanding it, clean the old finger up here. Now, this is going to go in here like so. Like that. Now I got lines here, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my clamps, like this, put a little oomph on this. Now I'm going to look at my lines. Now I take anything I can find, usually just a little hammer or something. A mallet works great. I got this right now. And that's pretty much on the line there. And I have a line here. Where you put your line, if you had it all squared and leveled, line it to it. Now that's good. That's good there. your square and check it, like so. I do is take this and you run this down like this and check that, make sure you're square with your edge. That looks pretty good. Now the glue's starting to set a little bit, that'll help it. You take your glue block, you're going to put it in here like so. So what you want to do is glue it up like this. I try to keep this in the camera because one-man band here is hard to do. Is put your glue block in a corner. I'll do this corner first so you might be able to see this one a little better. And all you want to do is just keep it somewhere. I center it pretty much and hold it like that for a second. It'll hold. And take your brad nailer and hold things so they don't go too far out of whack. And okay, as I was saying before the air compressor got me, but I need the air. Take this and shoot that and put one in here. Like that. That's all you need to do. You can take this. We got this is all nailed up now. I got the top here. 4 foot. Got some nice knots in it and stuff. This is going to go like so. It'll be centered side to side and all. And there. Now you can just round these edges over with a round over bit. Right? And you got a bench. Just screw it on. Of course, I don't do that until after I finish it. Now, I look around and see how I'm going to put it. I got a little knot there. It's a little wobbly this way, but it doesn't matter. It'll come down pretty tight when it's glued. Sand it up. But now the next thing. If you want to make this thing look like it's been around for a few years, that's the next part. What I do is take a plane or something, anything you want to beat up on, set your plane and plane it. Well, kind of hard to do up at the top like that, and this thing ain't even close to being set. But you can plane this down, you know. Now what I'm going to do, this plane is way out of whack. What I'm going to do is, I got a power planer. I'm going to set this down on my bench. And I'm going to round these edges over a little bit. Make it look like it's been, you know, worn here and there. And we'll go from there. That'll be my next step. So we can take this now, put the top down, set this aside, and let it dry overnight. And now we can some of this stuff out of the way and work on it. Now next thing, I'm going to take a random here, an orbital sander, and give it a little going over. bench is finished with the exception of applying some stain, or some urethane, or both, or whatever you like. You can use gel stain, whatever, whatever floats your boat. Just rub it with oil if you like it. Now this top here, now is removable because you can put screws in them blocks that we put in there. I just flip it over, lay the side down, and then you can get to the screw and just screw your screws right in there. And what I do, I put a drill bit with a stop on it, and so you don't go through the top here, and put pilot holes right through the screws that I put in here. The countersunk in the blocks, countersink sunk holes in the blocks. Duh, can't talk today. And go from there. Now this thing's got some dents. I could probably add some more. You could take something like this and do that. It makes all kinds of dents and stuff. I put, assorted, like somebody dropped something on there. I've even seen where somebody would carve a little heart in it with a name in there. Like it did in the old days with a penknife or something. But you can do anything you want to it. But there it is. That's what it looks like finished. I'm not going to show the finishing part of it. I think that's kind of, everybody finishes different anyway, but I always use, this is pine, so make sure you use a pre-stain of some sort. Minwax works fairly well. There's several of them out there in the market. Charles Neal, on his site, you can Google him up and find him. He even sells his own brand there. It's a little expensive compared to what you buy in the store, but it's good stuff from what I hear. So, but you need a good pre-stain or it'll blotch. Follow directions and then stain it, wipe it off. You can put a coat of exterior grade poly on it if you're going to put it outside, or interior if you're just going to stay inside. Now this is going to be just set a couple of flowers on it next to on a window area in a hallway, and that's where it's going. So I'm just going to put a couple of coats of poly on it, so if you get a wet flower pot or something like that, it'll be fine. All right, well, through the miracles of TV here, here's a finished bench. You can see the bottom here, how it was assembled. A little finish and a little stain on it. Here I used, you can see these right here, rose head nails. I put 2 on the joints here. You can buy these at Rockler. Other places sell them too. I got mine at Rockler. You get a bag of them for not cheap. I think about $5 or so. I paid for them. But you can see it's got a little character in the top. Your ends are tapered like it was worn, like somebody rubbed their hands on it or something. Well, there it is. One sitting bench. You can get these, you can make these rather in any size you like. My daughter-in-law, my son's wife, wants me to make this design, but she wants ones like 3 foot, a little wider, and 28 inches high, so she could display some pictures or knickknacks or something on it. In other words, this kind of a design, but she wants it to look like a table. So I'll give that a try. Maybe I'll shoot a video on that. Well, thanks for watching Backyard Woodworking, and please subscribe and hit the old like button and a comment. Hey, it's your likes and watching this, my videos and all. It gives me, through the AdSense they have, it gives me a couple extra bucks every now and then to buy material, a saw blade or something. It ain't much yet, because I don't have 10 million subscribers like some of these guys do. One guy I watch, he's got over 300,000 people subscribing. I only have 383, I believe, now. So he's got me by 100 times more, and then some, 1,000 times more. So he probably makes a good buck doing this, but I don't do it to make the money, really. I enjoy woodworking, and and heck, if they're going to give me a couple of dollars for making a video, fine. I'll take it, but I haven't got one payment yet. I'm working on getting one. It should be due soon. Every time you hit $100, they give you a payment. And I've been doing this for off and on for a year, and I ain't got one payment yet, so it goes to show you don't make that much. But if you guys would hit the like button, leave a comment, whatever, it all helps. It doesn't take much. If you don't like it, well, then don't hit the like button. I guess go watch somebody else. It's simple as that. It's why we live in America. It's a free choice. But I appreciate, all the subscribers and all, and you guys that stick with me, and it helps. So, it gives me a little confidence, and I'm not the greatest camera person. I like to get a camera, really. The one I have is made for basically shooting still pictures, but it does video, but it's pretty bad shape for shooting video. So hopefully Santa Claus will bring me one. Well, thanks again for watching. I'll have a little short one coming up soon. Little idea I have for making, to hold my air hose, a little hook. Very simple. Design, take you 5 minutes to make one. Maybe I'll shoot that next. Well, thanks again. Have a good one.